Hey, you there. Me? Yes, you. Do you like the Hunger Games? Do you like Divergent? Then boy do I have the book for you, young one. Here you go. Okay, let's check it out. I have so many thoughts. Mare is 17, a thief, and totally normal. Wink wink. She checks all the boxes of a YA protagonist. Young and dumb? Check. Has a boy next door waiting for her to open her eyes to his love? Check. Hates dresses but gets forced into one anyway? Check. Secretly has magic powers? Check. Joins a rebellion? Check. Will fall in love with a person from the oppressing class? Also, check. Okay, fine. So we've seen a whole lot of mirrors done before. So, what's the world like? This dystopian society is split in half, with the color of their blood separating the social classes. Half silver blood? Congrats! You have limitless powers and reside in the upper echelons of society. Half red blood? Good luck. If the Reds don't have a job by the time they're 18, they get sent to fight the war for the Silvers. And Mare? She's unemployed. Well, I guess you and Mare have something in common. Her situationship, Kilorn, loses his job, and Mare, in an attempt to sneak him and her out of their red slum, ends up stealing from Cal, the crown prince of the Silvers. Cal the prince feels pity for this loser and gives her a job in the palace on the very day that the prince is choosing his future queen from among the silver nobility. There's a freaking contest to determine which lady has the most god-tier power, and in all that destruction, Mare falls into this net of electricity in front of everyone and then becomes an electricity wielder. Everyone is shocked, literally. Bruh. To cover all of that up, the royal family, instead of just killing her or coming up with some lie, they're like, oh, her? Oh, she's a silver lady, and oh, why would you look at that? She's engaged to Prince Maven. Huh? And Mare's like, but Cal is right there. Why can't I be engaged to him? Because I'm engaged to him. That's Evangeline. She basically won that princess choosing competition, so she's engaged to Cal. Wait, so you're telling me that this girl went 17 years without getting a paper cut or any injury to draw blood? For 17 years? Yes? Okay, that makes total sense. The Silver Society buys this lie, except this guy called Julian, who is Cal's uncle, not Maven's, and hates the current queen and helps Mare understand her powers. Maven, the younger prince, who's engaged to Mare, is so caring and thoughtful and doing all he can to make sure that Mare is comfortable. Mare, let me tell you about all the noble houses so you're not lost. Mare, you're hurt. Let me fix that for you. Mare, I'll find a way for you to sneak back home for the night. Mare, look! I joined the rebellion for you. Mare, I gave the rebellion 4 of my people to unalive for your cause. Aww. And Cal is like, Mare, I think things should be different, but I'm not actually gonna do anything about it despite having the power to make a difference, and I have no trouble torturing and unaliving your people to further the silver oppression over your kind. But, I'm into you because you're different? Mare has not 1, not 2, but 3 guys dying over her. Don't ask me how. Yes, I read the book. There's nothing in here. Hello and welcome back to the FMC Lover Game Show. I'm your host, Boblar. Today, we are joined by Mare Barrow, the hottest, most sought-after bachelorette of the year, who has rocked the pants off of 3 eligible bachelors. While all 3 of you hunks will get the chance to sweep our lovely Mare off her feet, only one lucky guy shall emerge on top. Now, answer one simple question. Why should Mare choose you? Kilorn, you go first. Well, I'm a red, and we grew up together, so there's nobody more qualified than me. Bruh. Okay, Prince Maven? We both understand each other on a level silvers and reds have not been capable of, to the point where I, a silver prince with the freedom to do anything, would abandon my birthright to help this lovely red's cause, if only to make her feel less alone in a kingdom where she is smothered by her enemies at every turn. Oh, how romantic! My money's on you. Oh, and also, I'm her fiancé, so I'd say it's in the bag. Okay, next, Prince Cal. What do you have to offer? Well, I told her she's not like the other reds, and I got her a job. Yeah, there's no way you'll win, buddy. And I got a really cool bike. Mayor, why are you blushing? Smash. Next question. So, Cal decides to meet Mare in the dead of night to teach her how to dance. To slow dance. And while Mare's dancing, she's like, wow, shouldn't you be with Evangeline right now? And Cal's like, nah, I don't give two shits about her. Only you. And then they make out. Unbelievable. I hate these two. Cal is trash because he's pursuing his brother's fiancée while he's engaged to someone else. And Mare is also trash because she's cheating on her fiancé while also stringing Cal along. Honestly, even kill Lauren because he also joined the rebellion now because I don't know, he's trying to one-up Maven or something. Oh yeah, Maven joined the rebellion because his dad, the king, was like, son, you need a cause to strive for, which in other words just means I don't love you like I love Cal. So not only does his father love his older brother more than him, but even his fiancée, Mare, loves his older brother more than him. So he becomes a rebel instead of going to therapy. Anyways, Mare has 3 older brothers who were at the war, but when Mare became a princess, she asked the king to let her brothers return from the front lines. But she found out that her favorite brother, Shade, who names their kid Shade, was unalive for desertion. This really makes Mare want to focus her efforts on the rebellion, and together, her and Maven help the rebels attack a formal ball, but it goes badly when Cal's fire connects with the gas leak, causing a massive explosion. Mare sees a grieving Evangeline because her brother was one of the targets, and for a second her humanity begins to shine through, and then Cal walks in, and she's like, oh my god, Cal, is that red blood on you? Mare, come with me. Am I in trouble? Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? Mare, explain this. He's your friend, isn't he? Oh, that's how they're gonna know. So, these rebels being captured is bad because the queen, Maven's mother, is a whisper, which means she can read minds and mind control, which is the most evil and the most OP ability ever. Like, personally, I would not trust this queen. And then Cal proceeds to order a torture sesh on Mare's friends in front of her. Like, Mare, this is the guy you're thirsting after? He didn't even hesitate. The very existence of whispers kind of breaks the story because all it takes is one whisper to read Mare's mind to see that she's just cosplaying as a silver. But conveniently, the only whisper in her immediate vicinity is the queen. Mare helps those rebels escape at the expense of Julian. Remember Julian, like Cal's uncle who hates the queen? Anyways, Julian has to take a vacation for going against the silvers, but he also tells her that, hey, so there are more like you in the world, people with silver and red blood, go find them, okay, bye. It took Mare seeing her friends getting tortured for her to realize that, maybe I'm not into Cal, but really, she's just in denial, and she begins to truly treat Maven like a friend. Finally. Took her long enough. The rebels take Maven and Mare to a subway. No, the other subway, which is heading to the southern parts of the kingdom, and Maven is just losing his mind because he's been told it's full of radiation. And the rebels are like, no, that's a lie we came up with. The south is actually completely rebel territory. Oh my god, you trust me, a silver prince, with this information? Okay, team, let's go stage a coup. All of us will march to the capital and take my father's throne. To which the rebels are like, my dude, how do you expect us to fight silvers with superhuman powers? Through the power of love.
NANI?
Elaborate? I wonder if there's a certain crown prince with the loyalty of an entire legion under him. I wonder if there's a certain girl here who's very close to this crown prince. So this entire plan just relies on Cal's crush on Mir, and poor Maven is aware of this. Like, this isn't some small battle. The rebels are storming the capital and attacking the king, and their plan hinges on Cal betraying his family for a silly little red girl. The rebels launch their attack, and Mir finds Cal before he goes and deals with the rebels with his legion. And Mir's like, Cal, this is the moment to change things. Go to the palace and make your father kneel. What are you on about, girl? I love my dad. I'm not gonna hurt him. Pick me. Choose me. Love me. I helped the prisoners escape. You can save me, Cal. Wait, what? That was you? You're a rebel? You murdered my people, you monsters! No, wait, this isn't how this was supposed to go. Legion, arrest them all! Brother, no! They'll kill my Pookie! Mir, what did you think was going to happen? Did you really think that Cal would be like, oh my goodness, Mir, since you asked so nicely, I'll hand over my kingdom's army of 4,000 trained bloodthirsty soldiers, even though I keep repeatedly saying that I refuse to do anything to change the current conditions we Silvers have subjected the Reds to. But you know what? I met you a month ago, and that is all the time I need to completely uproot my life and destroy my kingdom. You stupid bitch. So Cal takes Maven and Mir before the king and queen, and the king is like, execute both of them! But the queen, remember, she's a whisperer. She mind controls the king and Cal and makes Cal behead his father. Caught on camera, 4K, 60 FPS. Oh my god, this book is finally exciting! Hell yeah! And then Maven burns his handcuffs off, and Mir's like, me next, Pookie. No, I don't think I will. Maven, hello, I'm your betrothed. How could you betray me like this? Girl, you literally cheated on me with my own brother. No, I'm in denial. Don't talk to me. Maven, no, you were supposed to be the soft boy. You cannot convince me that Maven is evil. Nope, I refuse to believe it. Anyways, Maven, now a king, orders Cal and Mir to be executed for treason, but no, not the traditional blade to the neck type of way. It's more like they get thrown into an arena with plot armor buffs and a bunch of Silvers come and fight them, fully expecting to defeat these two. But then Mir lightning bolts everyone so hard that all the Silver onlookers run away. Like, you're telling me that there was an audience full of Silvers with magic powers, and they were scared of a little lightning wielder? If all those Silvers banded together, they could have easily incapacitated her and Cal. It's like, how are you gonna have limitless magic powers and be cowards? Where is the queen with her mind control abilities? This should have been so ridiculously easy for the Silvers, but they suffer from stupidity, and that's why a rebellion run by teenagers is so difficult for this kingdom to deal with. Okay, and finally, the rebels help Cal and Mir escape. Mir wakes up in the subway, and her brother Shade is alive and can move so fast it's like he's teleporting. And then Cal and Mir share a look, which says, we gotta kill Maven. And that's it. That's the book. Final thoughts. It's time for some final thoughts. Okay. So, whoa. 3.5 out of 5. I know that's pretty high. I thought the book had a really good start. I mean, I was hooked when I found out that Mir gets engaged to Maven instead of Cal. There's so much room for conflict between the brothers, but then so many forgettable events happened afterwards that I just stopped caring. And obviously, I hated Cal, and Mir isn't a likable protagonist either. The romance just happens because it's supposed to happen. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you why any of these characters like each other. Throughout the book, Cal just says that Mir is different, but like, that's all he says. And I don't know why Mir likes Cal. It just felt like an insta-love thing, or like he was so irresistible that she didn't need a reason. But like, if there was a good enough reason, I would have been their biggest fan. But instead, this book gave me nothing. Would I continue with the series? Maybe if Maven gets a redemption, but I doubt he will, because he just became so cartoonishly evil in the end that even I was cringing. Maven, they will never make me hate you. Okay, bye!